top of the afternoon to some of you. If you're just getting up, or if you've already been out working like I have, or you're just ready to take it down for the night. Whatever the case may be, whatever time you're watching this video, during your dinner, during your outing, just driving to and from somewhere. This is a detailed video of what I observed so far with Willie's latest tool. Now, I don't want to say anything negative about it because I haven't used the tool that much. Like, I only did one job with it so far, but I'm posting this video while it's still fresh in my mind on what I observed so far. Now, there's going to be good points and there's going to be bad points. And this is the only detailed video you'll find so far with Willie's latest tool on if you should or if you shouldn't get this tool. I think you should because it's a beautiful tool. And I'll tell you the reasons why. For one thing, this closes off the best out of any tool that he has made. And why do I say this? All right, so if you look here in this other later versions, you see the curve on it, right? All right. All right, yes, you can see the curve, right? Now, if you come here and look at this curve, you'll see that the lip is sticking right up like a banana on the side. So let's put these two together so you can actually see just what's going on. All right, hold on one second. All right. All right, you see the difference? You see how far that's sticking up compared to all his other squeegees? All his other squeegees are like this, except for this one. Now, I don't know if he meant to do that. I'm sure he did. But this is why this closes off the best. The problem I'm having is where I get to the corners. Because that lip is curved that much, it could be the fact that I'm not used to that curve and I have to hold my hand a little different, maybe further away from the glass. You know, when you're squeegee, you know how you have your knuckles close to the glass? Maybe I have to hold my knuckles out a couple inches more to compensate for that extra curve. I could be wrong, but I'm going to try that. I also could be wrong because I'm not used to the rubber. Now, he has a new rubber formula for those who don't know. Now, if you ask me, it seems to be a little grippy. But that could also be because I don't have my solution. I ran out of my full crystal, so I am currently using ammonia and Mrs. Myers. I stopped using Mrs. Myers because it felt too grippy. I went to Dawn, and Dawn, don't ask me why, but Dawn seemed to not be as much resistance on the glass. Now, all this may not be related as to why I'm struggling with this tool. The other positive thing is that it's beautiful in the hand. It's a treat to use. And this tip that he has in here is the best I've seen so far. This is a very good tip that he put in here. So that's worth his weight in gold. The tool is very, very light then again, all wagtails are, which is why it could fly out of your hands, literally. It could get away from you. That and my slick solution. But the rubber formula was changed. It could be that I also been used to using razor red rubber all this time, that using any other rubber, it's like night and day. Now, I'm familiar with wagtail rubber. I've used it for quite a while before I started using razor red rubber. Now, why did I switch to razor red rubber solely? Is because you can't beat the longevity of that rubber. And as a rubber that's in between soft and hard, I just love the way it gets the corners. And, softer rubber tends to wear out faster, but it gets the corners beautifully. A hard rubber lasts long, but it doesn't get the corners like it would with a softer rubber. But if you have one in between, you got the best of both worlds, in my opinion. But wagtail rubber is sort of like a medium grade rubber, but it lasts longer than the average rubber, except for razor red. Now, this new formula, it's a trade secret right now, because for fear that someone is going to try to copy the formula. Now, what do I think about this new rubber? I really don't think anything about it at all at this point. But what I am going to tell you, I have to do further testing. But what I am going to show you is that the reason why this tool closes off better than all other wagtails is because of the curve of the channel, first of all, and second of all, the rubber. If you look side by side, the rubber is a lot more protruding than the standard rubbers, including the razor red rubber, which sticks out a little further than the black one, but this sticks out the most. Now, this is not the best rubber for this to be in here. That extra rubber is better in the high flyers, from what I hear. All right. Now, I'm going to take this rubber out so you can just see how thick this is. The good parts about this is that, one thing, it closes off beautifully, and it's very light, and the way it moves on the glass, it's like effortless. The nozzle is the best I've seen and used, which is an extra bonus added feature. You don't have to use it, but Willie put this here in case you wanted to switch it up. He's giving you more options depending on the call of the job. Now, if you just have transoms, this is where this tool comes in and good. If you have transoms, you don't have to scrub. All you got to do is have this pad already wet, and you could do transoms all day without much water at all. Just a wet pad, because ain't nobody putting no fingerprints up on the transoms. It's just going to be dust. So this is where this comes into play. All right. Now, if you're going to use this water-fed feature, I'm going to show you how you could utilize this tool to the point where it's going to benefit and put some bucks back in your pocket. Now, there's a bunch of different ways you can use this nozzle. It's just more or less a preference. You can eliminate the soap and put pure water here, all right? And just squeegee off the glass. Now, we know that if you attempt to squeegee this glass, you may run into problems where you might be fighting the swivel. In any instance, this rubber, this strip, because it's right up underneath the rubber, it may give you a bit more of an edge when you're trying to use pure water. Now, there's a quick fix for those who aren't used to that. You can do side pulls, all right? You can get the window done just as fast, and I'm going to tell you why. Because you're eliminating a step. It's okay to just go to mundane practices, all right? Just side pulling. Keeping it simple is what works sometimes. You don't always have to be fancy and put on a show. This is not a contest of who could wiggle and wag the best, all right? You're there to clean glass. And a person that wiggles and wags versus a person that does straight pulls, you're not getting paid anymore to put on a show. You feel me? You're getting paid for doing your job. So it doesn't matter how you get it done. If the end results are the same, who cares about all that fancy stuff? You're making the same amount of money. So don't feel like you need to, because you have a wagtail, you need to use it like the tool was meant to be, swiveling. This is not the way to do this tool. The way to do this tool is to have that swivel when you need it and use it accordingly. If you're a straight pull guy, then by all means, don't change your technique up with this tool. You don't really have to, but you will have to change your technique up when you come across certain types of glass where you would need to swivel. So this is when you would use this to your advantage. But this can be used as a straight pull because you don't have to have this swiveling all the time. If you tighten this nut up, this could be a fixed squeegee. All right? Some people are comfortable using it like that. This is currently the only tool on the market that has a water-fed option for those who don't want to keep dipping or looking for a water source. Now, you could also, like I do, keep soap in the line and not use this as a pure water device. But on the dirtiest of windows, you may want to keep this option, okay? You listening? And add a pad to it. Or you could just buy one with it on there. But if you get the clips and just add an over-the-top pad or underneath pad, like this one, you could actually use this tool on the dirtiest of windows without even worrying about dipping the mop the way this is set up, like you've seen in my videos hundreds of times. The beautiful thing about this tool also is that when you have mistakes, drips or what have you, it's one of the easiest tools to go and correct and be able to close off no matter where it is on a part of the glass, whether it be in the center and you gotta wag it all the way down to the bottom of the frame. It's no trouble at all to correct those mistakes. But I think that's enough elaboration on this detailed video about what I observed so far. It doesn't mean anything at this point. It just means that I'm still trying to get used to the tool and figure out what I need to do to get it to work like how I'm used to working. Because I'm not used to that curve just yet. But I know it closes off beautifully. Like I said, I'll have to compensate for that curve and maybe keep my knuckles further away, an inch or two further away from the glass, so that the corners aren't really an issue. Or dog ear. I haven't decided yet. But this is Masters at Wagtail. Stay tuned for the third video of this tool. Well, the second video of the use of this tool. This is the first use, day one. All right. Macafracka, peace, peace, peace.